happy Sunday. It's your girl Angela over at Angela's Southern Comfort Dishes and Seasonings. Okay, I'm coming back to you today on the Sunday's menu. Today's menu, we're having homemade meatballs with gravy over rice and green beans. Let's get straight to it. Let me show you what we're doing here today. Okay, first we're going to start with 5.5 pounds of ground beef, 80-20. Okay, we have 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Okay, I have 1 bell pepper, small, chopped up, very fine. Okay, I have 1 small onion with 2 garlic cloves, chopped up and minced. Okay, now today I'll be using garlic powder. I'll be using onion powder, a little sazon. Okay, we have our tomato pasta with basil. We have that. And also a little bit of smoked paprika, and of course we have some ground black pepper. Now, the reason why you see me using this is because when we mix up our meatballs, we're just going to transfer them over here, and then on the stove, our fire is smoky hot. Okay, as we're ready to transfer the meat from the skillet, we'll put it in here because the meatball's going to cook in this pan on top of the stove. So I'm going to just transfer this to the side for a moment because we don't need that right there. Oh, I also have up 3 eggs. I have 3 eggs mixed up, and the reason why I chose to use 3 eggs is because of the amount of ground beef that I'm using. Okay, so what we're going to do, like I said, they're already well mixed. My hands are nicely cleaned. I'm just going to add these on over in here, the 3 eggs with the ground beef. Okay, sit this in the sink. Next, I'm going to add in my 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to add up my 1 small bell pepper. Okay. And you can use green, you can use red, you can use whatever color. I started to use red, but I just went on with the green today. It's okay. Okay. Set that to the side. And then we're going to use our onion. Okay. Alright, then next let me turn this fire down just a little bit. Okay, everyone, so then next what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add in our onion powder. And you got to make sure you season your meat very, very good. Okay, some people use bell pepper in their meatballs. It's optional. You don't have to. I love to do this because it gives a great flavor. Some use a little bit of garlic powder. Now, I would say that was probably about 4 tablespoons I used of the onion powder. Now, the garlic powder, we're going to use about a tablespoon. That's it. You don't need to overpower anything. And then on our sazon, we have to be very careful because this does have sodium in it. But we need a little bit of flavor in this meat. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't use sazon, it's okay. You can use sea salt. Sea salt is wonderful. Okay. Okay. You don't want too much. And I know it's a lot because I have a lot of ground beef, but it's not going to be salty. I promise you. And I would say that's probably about 4 to 5 tablespoons. Okay. Then we're here with the ground black pepper. Okay. Much black pepper. Now we have a lot of meat. We don't want to make it hot, but we have a lot of meat that we need to season. Okay, got all that out the way. And I'm just going to throw a little bit of paprika. That's it. And it's probably about 2 tablespoons. All right, now here we go. Now the tomato paste will be used over in our gravy. Okay. So let's get to it. And the reason why you see the oil back here is because we had to coat the pan full of oil. Alright, so we can go ahead and do our meatballs to be able to fry them. We're just going to brown them. And then after we brown them on each side, what we're going to do is just put them over in the pan that I showed you for the meat. It's going to cook over in the oven. Okay? Now while the meat will be cooking in the oven, the meatballs, I'll be having my vegetables going on top of the stove. And so today, don't have any fat back, so for my green beans, I'll be using low sodium bacon. I what I'll do is fry that bacon in strip little bite-sized pieces. You know, use your kitchen scissors and cut it up. And you want to go ahead and, you know, just cut it up in little pieces, and you want to fry it. And then you want to use that meat grease and that bacon, and you can use that for your vegetables, and it will season your vegetables just well. And of course, you add your little ground black pepper, a little sea salt, and you'll be okay. Okay? And for the liquid, you can use fresh water, you can use chicken broth. It's whatever you prefer to use for your vegetables to cook. Today, I will be using water for my green beans, for my fresh green beans. And like I said, I'll use that meat grease with that water and fresh ground black pepper and some sea salt. And we'll be just fine. And you just let them babies cook. That top on there, and just let them cook. Because you're going to get flavor from that bacon grease and that bacon. So you don't need too much to overpower those vegetables. This is why we say we have to season our meat, because we have a lot of meat. Get all that under the bottom. I love meatballs. It's one of my favorite dishes. Okay. Alright. I think we got it all well mixed. So now, I just want to take a good amount and just roll it into balls. Okay. And you can do any size you like, large, medium, small. I prefer large meatballs. Going to be browning those meatballs on each side, and you transfer them to the meat. I will show you. Off a little bit of meat if it's too big, like I just did there. Not too big. Take it off. Just leave those like they are and just go forward. Flavor. They're cooking over in the marinara sauce with the tomato and basil. It's going to be so good. And you're going to season your gravy as well. So everything's going to come together perfectly. Okay, everyone. So what I'm going to do finish making my meatballs, I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. I'm going to finish the meatballs, and once I finish the meatballs, I will come back to you and show you the finished product of me rolling the meatballs, and then I will show you what we're going to do on top of the stove. See you soon. Okay, everyone, so we're back. We got all the meatballs. Okay, everyone, we're back. Hello. Welcome back, my Southern Comforters. Okay, so